Hello friends, welcome into my home and into my kitchen here at All Things Kitchen. Today I have a few chores that I need to get done. I'm probably going to break this up into a couple different videos, but I'm going to start with canning some kidney beans. I only have 1 can of kidney beans left, and I use that for obviously anything that you would use for kidney beans, but generally in our household that is making chili, and it is coming up to the time of year where we will be making chili. And also my pasta visual soup takes kidney beans, and I used like I said, I've got 1 left. So when I made that soup last time, I used almost all of it. So I did start this process yesterday so that the beans could soak overnight. And I will bring you back to yesterday to show you what I did. And then I'll bring you back to today and we'll go from there. Be right back. So that was 2 pounds of dried kidney beans that I sorted through, rinsed, took out any that look a little bit bad. It wasn't the best brand. I just got them from Walmart, and I would rather throw a few more away that didn't quite look right. And so they have been soaking. And so now I'm going to take the water that they were soaking in and dump that out, put fresh water in, and then I'm going to boil these for 30 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do now. Like I said, we're going to bring that up to a boil, let it boil for about 30 minutes, and then I will put it into my jars, which I have in the dishwasher. Just ran through a sanitizing cycle, and I'll get them out and ready. I'm also going to go ahead and get my canner out and ready and get that water warming up, because once this hits the 30-minute mark, then it's going to be ready to put in the cans and can up in the pressure canner. So this is going to be a really quick and easy project. The only time that it takes is really hands-off time. You know, it's mostly waiting for the beans to soak for at least 12 hours, 12 to 18 hours, and then the 30-minute cook, and then putting them in the jars and canning them up. Nice and easy process. I'll go over what it breaks down to, like, per jar, once I know how many jars I get out of those 2 pounds, and compare that to buying like a can of kidney beans in the store. So we'll see how much money we save doing this. And I'm just making it really simple. I'll put a little bit of salt in there when I put them in the jars, and that's it. Canning is not hard. It is a science. You do need to follow the rules to be safe, but you can save so much money once you does take an initial investment. You need to buy the jars, you need to buy the equipment. But once you make that decision that you want to do something like that for you and or your family, it really is a money saving thing to do. You can buy your food in bulk and prepare it. You can buy your food on sale and prepare it. You know what's in your product, the end product. This is literally going to be beans, water, and salt. That's it. There's no preservatives in there. There's no names that you can't pronounce. Nice and simple. There, of course, are other things that are a little bit more complicated to put together. There are some rules that you have to follow, but it can be such a money saving thing for you and your family. And with the price of food right now, the inflation going up, anything that you can think about doing to help you and your family save money and to have food security and not have to worry about where possibly your next meal is coming from. You know, we never know what could happen. You know, 2020 came and shocked a lot of us. And kind of, for me, that's what changed for me and made me want to have food security. So I know in my house at any time, I have at least 3 months worth of meals that I would not have to worry about going to the store for. I have vegetables, I have full meals, I have ingredients, you know, such as stock, things like that. And, you know, of course, I would still need to go to the store and buy some milk, things like that, although I have powdered milk as well. Food security is important to me, having that so that if I don't feel like going to the grocery store, you know, on a certain week, I don't have to. Even though I have my groceries delivered, sometimes I don't want to spend the money on going to the grocery store. I don't have to. I have food on my shelves. I have quick and easy meals that I can either put together or full meals in a jar that I could have a home cooked full meal, such as like a beef stew, ready and in a bowl or a plate in 15 minutes. So think about if this is something that you're interested in. Of course, like I said, there is an initial investment, but you can buy things used. People, you know, sell things all the time. Holidays are coming up, so things will be on sale. Think about it and see if it's right for you. And watch how easy this will be once we're all said and done. Okay, friends, I am back. I have my jars ready. My beans are ready to go. I did go ahead and put a half a teaspoon in 7 of these jars. I have no idea how many jars it's going to take. So I just need to move. I thought I was ready, but I guess I wasn't. I need to move my beans over here. I've got to get a hot pad to set that pan on. Oh my goodness, so many things going on today. Okay. My canner's ready, my beans are ready, my jars are ready. I'm still not ready. So I need to fill my jars with beans and then put the water in afterwards and we'll debubble and everything. So I want to try to not have as much water in there. And we're going to do 1-inch headspace, which means there needs to be an inch of space between the food and the top of the jar. And that was too much. I'm going to need a little spoon so I can. They're already breaking apart. It's not really what I wanted. I wanted nice whole beans. There we go. Now I had no idea how many jars this would take, so I just put some out, and if it's not enough, I'll get some more. If it's too much, I'll put some back. Now, like I said, I'm just doing just plain salt and kidney beans. If you wanted to do some, if you wanted to put other spices in there, you could. I have like some Fiesta seasoning that I've done some black beans that way with. But these, because I use them in chili and in my pasta vajol soup, I didn't want to flavor them with something that would not be universal. And Fiesta seasoning is more of a Mexican blend. I did heat my canner up so my water in there is nice and hot. Whenever you put hot jars in the canner, you want to make sure that your water in the canner is of similar temperature. You definitely don't want to put hot jars into cold water, and vice versa. You don't want to put cold jars into hot water. So what I may need to do, I'm getting down here towards the bottom of my beans. I may go ahead and fill some of these with the liquid to about an inch headspace, and then I'll go back and debubble. There's nothing hard about it. It's just a process. And like I said before, the time that it takes to do this mostly is hands-off time for something as simple as just beans. Whoop, too much liquid in that one. Maybe it'll settle once I get some headspace on there. All right, let me go grab my debubbler. I thought I had everything I needed, but I didn't. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to go around the sides here, and then a couple times in the middle. We want to make sure that there's no air that's going to affect the headspace on that. So just kind of give it a little zhuzh. And the jars are very warm because this stuff was boiling. Okay, so this one right here has too much in it. It's higher than an inch of headspace. So I'm going to take some of that liquid out and put it where it needs to go. There. So I have these 4 jars already. This one may be a little bit too much too. And not following the headspace is not safe, but also if you have too much liquid in there, you can have siphoning, and we don't want that. Siphoning can cause fails. Now I'm just wiping the rims with some vinegar just so that I get a nice good seal. And then I've got 4 lids here. So we'll start with these 4. Oh, these are wide mouth jars. I got regular mouth rings. So you can put this on there and just finger tight, just barely on there. And then I'm going to put these in the canner. So just like that, we have the start. So I'm going to get the rest of these jars filled, debubbled, wipe the rims, and put the rings on and get these in the canner. And I'll bring you back when I get that all done. All the jars are in the canner. It took nine jars, I think. So while I'm cleaning up my mess, I will figure out what that's going to be per jar. Now, one of the jars, I actually could have put it more like in a half pint, a jelly jar, because there were not enough beans to fill the jar. I still went ahead and used that jar. It's about half full of beans. And then I just filled it to the proper headspace with the liquid. I'll find something to use it for, a small meal. Maybe I'll make a little bit of refried beans or something with it when we have tacos or nachos or something. So I wasn't going to let that go to waste, and I already had that jar sterilized from the dishwasher, sanitized, and so I just went ahead and used it. So I'm going to set a timer for these, and I will bring you back when they come out. By the way, just so that you know the times that we're looking at, I'm going to vent this for 10 minutes, bring it up to the, after the 10-minute vent, I will put my regulator on, and that will keep the pressure regulated for my altitude. That's 10 pounds of pressure, and I will be canning this for 75 minutes. I will let it do a slow release, a natural release, I should say, and then we'll bring them out of the canner. Now I'll see you when they come out. So that's it. Kidney beans out of the canner, sitting here on the countertop now. They need to chill out for 12 to 24 hours, and I'll wash the jars, and then I have shelf stable kidney beans ready to be used. I did the math, and it comes out to 33 cents per jar. So you can't find kidney beans for 33 cents a can. You just can't. So I was able to do this. Yes, it took some of my time, but I also know what the ingredients are. I was able to do this myself, put the amount of salt in there that I wanted for myself, and not be dependent on what comes in the can. So think about the benefits of what you could do. Think what's on your shelf right now, sitting in a can on your shelf. Is that something that you use a lot? Would it be cheaper? If you had all the equipment to do it, would it be cheaper for you to do it yourself? Would it be better, more financially uh, better for you? Would it be better for you, health-wise, for your health? Think about the benefits and give it a thought. Do some research. But thank you for coming along with me today as I did this chore. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Take care.